It is the need of the hour to be able to grow from a developing country to a developed country. And cross-pollination of such knowledge will only boost better corporate governance. And I'd say it's a good and noble deed as we need to start looking at this from a bigger picture.
I just want to share my experience, right? So, one thing is WTC is not only identifying the gaps, but also bridging the gap. For example, we know that in the boards, there is a gap with regard to women directors and independent directors. I mean, the qualified women directors and independent directors. So I think that's why this initiative of having this course and training people with regard to this helps bridge this gap a great deal. So, for example, my own journey, right? Before even I enrolled for this course, WDC volunteers asked me to share my LinkedIn profile, share my resume. They went through what I have, what are the skills I bring in onto the table, and whether those skills are required in the board or not. So that way, it's a validation of skills. So it makes me feel very, very comfortable that, while I'm doing the course, the set of skills I bring in are really, really useful. So that's the first thing. So it's just not about the fees. It's not like any other training where you're focused on fees, but you're also focused on what the person brings in terms of skills and knowledge. The next one is, we are all busy, obviously, and at any point in time, if you have to do a course, especially the busy schedule, it becomes very, very difficult if it's an offline course. So I think having this online course really helped me to go through it at my convenience. The physical copies you provided actually helped me brush up my knowledge before the exam. And the group mentoring, I would really want to mention about the group mentoring session, right? That clarified a lot of questions which we generally have with regard to, how the board functions, what kind of board we have to be in, what are some of the things we should be wary of. So I think those were excellent sessions. And most importantly, the warmth extended by the WTC members was like icing on a cake. So overall, I would say the experience till now has been great. And from the WTC perspective, I actually love the videos they share in time and again, the way they focus on what is really required for the future boards is really, really appreciable.
I think it's a wonderful initiative. Without a doubt, without batting an eyelid, I can say it is one of the finest initiatives that any organization could have taken. If you we have so many leaders, experts who are there in the field today, and if you have a talk with them, and if people are, listen to them, it's a great platform to learn and formulate your own philosophy in the corporate world. Because there is no better learning than learning from the experience of others. And everybody who comes at the level that the FaceTime is looking at has got lots to tell, lots to share. And it can only help the corporate world grow into a better, happier, and a more successful place. So I'm glad they've done this. And I would love to see it go the whole way, and would love to be a part of it whenever they want me to be there. A huge initiative, and it's bound to succeed. I don't see any reason why it will not succeed, because the benefits are far too many. And for anybody who wants to grow in the corporate world or as a leader, I think this is the best forum to do it.
It's wonderful. Accidentally, I landed up on, I think, Zishan. Yeah, Zishan, yes. Through some, I think I got some digital marketing mailer, or I got some WhatsApp promo mailer. Normally, I ignore all that unless something appeals to me. That's how I got into your first webinar that happened some last June sometime. Till that time, trust me, I didn't know that such a forum exists. I was actually searching for it mentally, wish we had some forum like this. which
So
can
you
come.
manifested it.
Sorry?
You manifested it.
Manifested, you're right. Yeah. As I say, you keep affirming things, then things happen. Right. So I was, and then I landed up here. You won't believe, after I finished that independent directors course, the people who did in my batch were about 32 people, if I'm right, all from different stratas of society and job roles, right? We are ex-servicemen to even a young CEO who's just about late 30s, a lady in a public sector company. We all are part of a WhatsApp group now. Trust me, it's a very active group where we, even when I'm stuck to make a decision, something very complicated which I'm not able to solve myself, we just throw that in the group, and you get tuck tuck tuck. People keep answering. Somebody calls you, and very active group, and it's like it's a peer group for us, right? And now imagine about the World Council Forum. We'll have tens and hundreds of such repositories of knowledge, if we may call it. And yes, this can be put to good use tomorrow. As I said, this particular forum can be, we can even do a CSR on this. If I think very aloud on this, we can actually manifest this entire knowledge bank or the objectives of this particular forum to translate as a CSR initiative to the disorganized section of the societies, business societies today. Right? There are many businesses, they are thriving, doing well, but they're not organized. They lack that expertise, or they lack that support from qualified professionals like us. We can actually uplift them. You spot an idea. There are many startups which today die because they don't have directions. Not that they don't have funds, but they don't have people to direct them. The idea is very good, but how do they give shape to it? They don't know. So this forum can actually play a CSR role to encourage those kind of budding professionals in the country, thereby contribute to our what do you call it, GDP also indirectly as we grow.
It is definitely a very good initiative. There's no doubt about that. Somebody has to come forward, because people who have got experience and the knowledge should be harvested, should be utilized to the maximum extent. The people that WTC, that is World Development Corporation, this time I want to congratulate that is trying to assimilate the experience, the knowledge gained by the people, how to harness that one, how to take out from that rather than going in van. I think WTC is no doubt doing the excellent job. Is it picking up or taking the good outcome from the experience of the people, which otherwise would have invested, We owe to the society, Anjana, we owe to the society. What I am today, there is a big contribution to society. Therefore, we should pay it. How can I pay it? Either if I have got the good knowledge, I have got the experience, I should give to society for the development. And this one is the way WTC. So I congratulate WTC. They are doing the excellent job now. They are, picking up the people who have got the experience and the knowledge, they're assimilating those ideas and giving to the society for the progress and prosperity of the nation and the globe as a whole. So that's WTC is doing a good job. There is no doubt about that.
I feel this is indeed a fantastic initiative, because I strongly believe networking and sharing are the only two mantras to enhance the knowledge of oneself and the community. And the information and knowledge of experience multiplier is just amazing. Just imagine having my own experience of 30 years versus I network with 10 more people which are having, let's say, 20 to 30 years experience. And if I even I'm able to gather a few percentage of their experience into my knowledge, I think collectively I will immediately get 100 years of experience in my shoulder or in my brain. And that is the power of such communities. And I think today, to have a good governance, good corporate governance, good companies boards, I think it is very important that this kind of community is built, where you have a global sharing of experiences, global sharing of practices, And I think that, and each individual will carry more than 100 years of experience in to their own companies where they serve. I think that will help in a very, very great way. And the governance is the very important factor. If the company has strong governance, rest assured they will have more bandwidth to focus on code of business, and and give the maximum output to the company rather than going and fighting with the governance and governance structures or governance authorities. I think, and this collective experience of creating this community can bring in that experiences to share with the companies which you serve for. And I think that is a great success for everybody.